Hello, everybody. It is awesome to be back here with you again. It's been a couple of years since I've done one of these. Lots happened since then, and I'll get into some of that. But I'm really excited about being back with you again. In fact, let me tell you a little bit about what happened. I was actually ready to retire. And I thought, okay, I'm doing all right. My daughter's in college now. I can take some time off and just relax and enjoy the rest of my life. But I had a few people come to me and said, Randy, you can't retire. It's not your time yet. The world needs your message now more than ever before. And you need to get back out there and do this. Do your podcast again, do your YouTube channel again. Revise your book, maybe if that's something you want to do. And I thought about it for a long time, and I did a lot of meditating and praying and talking to mentors and friends. And I was connected with a couple people in order to get me focused. And after doing some incredible deep work on me and what I wanted and how I wanted to get there and future plans and goals and all of that kind of stuff, I realized that, yes, indeed, I did want to come back and do this again. So I revised my book. It is no longer called The Ego Cleanse. It is now called Becoming Your Own BFF, because that's really what it's all about. Everything that I do in this work boils down to treating yourself more like your own best friend rather than your own worst bully. And if we can start doing that, and that becomes the default when a situation happens, then we're going to be happier. I know I'm happier when something happens, and the way that I talk to myself initially, it used to be I would put myself down and see the negative and all of those kind of things. But after a lot of work and practice, now when a situation happens, I treat myself like my own best friend. And what would my best friend say in this situation? And then I just go from there. And it just takes the load off and makes my life so much easier. And I want to teach you how to do that too, because you deserve to be happy. You deserve to have all the things that life has in store for you without putting walls and obstacles in your own way. So that's what I want to talk about during these episodes. I'm going to be bringing on guests. I have some amazing friends and colleagues that I want to share. I want to help share their story and turn you on to the work that they're doing, so that, again, you have so many options on how to improve the quality of your life. And that's what I want to do. The goal is that you wake up in the morning, you look in the mirror, and you smile at the person looking back at you. So that's what this whole thing is about. So I revised the book. Someone suggested I do a membership. And I thought, if I just want to do it with integrity, I want to do it with honesty and authenticity. So I found some amazing people to work with, and we started a community. So it's sitting there waiting for people to come and join. And the purpose of the community is for those who are working on improving their self-esteem and feeling better about who they are. It's a place to connect with others who are doing the same. Because a lot of times when we make changes in our life, the ones that we have in our current life situation aren't really supportive of the changes that we want to make. The number one example that I have in my life, I remember when I first got sober, all of my friends drank and used drugs. So when I said I'm going to get sober, their response was, oh yeah, let's see how long that lasts. Or, yeah, man, you don't have to do drugs, but just come over and have a few beers with us. So they didn't really get what it was that I wanted to do. And I had to go find new playgrounds and playmates and playthings. And it was really, really hard at the beginning. And I wish I would have had a solid support network to help me with that. And, thank God I did find a good support network over time. And I leaned on that support network a lot. So the purpose of our community is for you to be able to connect with like-minded people, share your victories, share your disappointments so that we can help you through them. There's going to be a lot of inspirational stories and inspirational quotes and books to read and movies to watch. I'm even thinking maybe we'll do watch parties. I don't know. We'll do a lot of stuff. But my goal for the community is that the members of the community are really going to be the ones that are going to dictate the flow and where we go with the community, because it's really about the members. It's not about me. It's about you. It's about those who get involved. So that's what it's all about. And then hopefully, I have this big dream that once we have a lot of members, I'm going to start doing retreats, and I'm going to start doing them here in Orlando. I believe in the power of play, that it's important to keep playing throughout your life. You know, in the movie The Shining, one of my favorite lines is all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. And it's really important to keep incorporating the idea of play and the action of play into your life. So the way that the retreats are going to work is on Friday, we're going to have a welcome reception and party for everybody. And then on Saturday, we're going to do work all day together on different obstacles that we put in our lives. I'll probably bring in other friends and colleagues to talk about different aspects of self-esteem and self-growth. We'll do small group discussions and lectures and meditations, you know, and I'm a big believer in 5-minute meditations. I don't think meditation is sitting there for an hour with your legs crossed going, Om. You know, meditation could be 5 minutes long. It's just a way to pause and take a moment to kind of just clear your mind for a few minutes. So we're going to talk about all those self-care methods. And then on Sunday, we're all going to go to Disney's Magic Kingdom together. And we're going to have an inner child play date, is what I like to call it. So I have some amazing plans of what I want to do as I start up my business again, but it all will depend on the listeners, you and the other people that I have in my life, because you're going to help dictate where this goes and how it goes. And I'm hoping that the retreats are going to continue to grow so that we can do bigger and bigger events, 4 days long with 1 day being at Disney. We'll see. It'll be fun to watch how this evolves. But, this is number 1 episode back. And I want to hear your feedback, and I want to know what you want more of, what you want less of. I do suggest, if you want to know more about what I'm doing or how I do this, read the book, Becoming Your Own BFF. It's only 130 pages. I made it really short and just right to the point of what it is that I want to talk about and teach people on how to feel better about who you are and where you fit in the world. So I want to, one of the things that kind of stuck in my mind is I was talking about treating yourself like your own best friend. I was about to sit down to do this episode about an hour ago, and I just finished lunch and I came in here. I played with the dog for a little bit so that he would mellow out and he wouldn't be barking or do anything while I was doing this. And I sit down, I get everything set up, the lighting, everything here. And all of a sudden outside the gardener started. I could hear the gardener on my front lawn. I'm like, oh, serious? Oh, okay. So we're going to wait a little while. So I turned everything off and I'm ready to go. And again, best friend is saying, dude, it's okay. You'll just do this a little later. It's fine. Bully would have been, see, you want to get this done? Maybe you shouldn't be doing this. Maybe this is a wrong idea. You know what? Just do it tomorrow. But no, I wanted to do it today. Today is my day to do this. So I thought I'll just wait until the gardener's done. Then the gardener was done. And then I got an email that needed to be taken care of. So then I take care of that, needed to print something out on my printer. The printer wouldn't work. It's like, and I started to get frustrated. And I thought, wait a minute, I can choose to let this affect me or just realize that sometimes as we're going along our day or going along in life, there's a hurdle. And we can either choose to find ways to get over that hurdle, or we turn that hurdle into a wall. And now all of a sudden it's a lot harder to get over. So I chose to leave the hurdle as a hurdle. And I thought, you know what, let me see if I can print this later. Maybe I'll go buy a new printer later if I can't get this to work later. But the gardener's already gone. And I'm really excited to do this first episode. So here we are. And I am really excited to be here. So I feel like I have a lot to share with you, and a lot of ideas and a lot of things and a lot of ways to kind of get you thinking about different ways that you can make little changes in your life. Because a lot of us, we just got done with January and New Year's resolutions. And I'm not a big fan of New Year's resolutions, because what I find is that people are like, okay, I'm going to eat better. I'm going to exercise. I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to start doing that. And they put 8 things on their plate. I'm going to do all of these things now and improve my life. And then what happens a few weeks later, a couple days later, one of those things falls off. And they say, you know what, forget it. It's not worth it. It's not going to happen. And it's the bully voice, right? It's that bully voice. See, you set yourself up. You're not going to be able to make any changes. You're fine. Just be okay the way you are. Just, no big deal. And all of a sudden, everything's gone. So I believe in treating ourselves like our own best friend. We make little changes, little micro changes that are going to make a huge difference later on. One of my favorite stories to tell when it comes to those little micro changes, I remember, oh, wow, how long ago was this? This was probably 20 years ago, almost 20 years ago. I had the thought, I want to exercise. There's not a good gym around me. Maybe I'll run. And I'm not a big fan of running, but I thought, I'll give it a shot. So I thought, I'm going to do a 5K. I'm going to find a local 5K and I'm going to join that. And I found one that was like 6 months away. I have 6 months to prepare for my 5K. So I went to the store. I got a new pair of shoes, running shoes, and I drove around the neighborhood that I lived in order to find the 1 mile mark. I wanted to run a mile. That was my goal. I'm going to start with running 1 mile. And when I'm ready, I'll do 2 laps and I'll run 2 miles. So I got my little route. And I put on my running shoes, put on my running clothes, and off to run a mile. And I got about 2 blocks. I was exhausted. And then I thought, you know what? And the bully voice, right, is like, okay, forget this. You're never going to do this. Just go home. But there was something that was like, no, don't go home. Just walk. Just walk until you feel like running again. So I walked for a couple blocks. I was catching my breath. Then I thought, let me run for a little while. And I ran. And then when I got tired, I walked. And you know what? I did the whole mile. And I did what I like to call a WOG. It's my walk jog combo. And I did my WOG. And the next day, and I thought, I'm going to do this 3 days a week. And the next time I went out, a couple days later, I ran or I walked a little bit to warm up. And then I jogged. And then when I got tired, I walked. And I did that for a mile. And I got home and I was really proud of myself because I did my mile. And then a couple days later, same thing. And I noticed after a few weeks of doing this, I could run more than I was walking. And after about 2 months, I was able to run a whole mile. And after 3, I don't know. After a while, just to be honest about this, I don't know how long it was, but I was able to run 2 miles. And I was doing the walk jog, and then I got up to 2 miles. And about 3 weeks before the 5K, I ran 3 miles and I did it. And I was so proud of myself that I did my 3 miles. And I knew that now I'm ready for my 5K. And I did the 5K. And you know what? I didn't run the whole way. I guess I was nervous and anxious and whatever. I was tired because, they start so early in the morning and I am not a morning person. But I went out there, I started running, I was jogging. And when I got tired, I'm like, oh no, I'm not going to be able. I thought, wait, just walk. And I walked until I felt like running. And then I ran. And you know what? I finished. I did the 5K. It wasn't about the time. It wasn't about how much I walked or jogged. It was about finishing the race. And I did it. And what I learned in that moment is I can accomplish my goals. It might not happen exactly the way I plan it, but if I just keep moving forward, if I make those micro changes, they become bigger changes to the point where I'm accomplishing a new goal. I gotta tell you, if I can do it, you can do it. We are our own worst bully, and it's time to become our own BFF. And some of the changes you want to make in your life might seem insurmountable. How am I ever going to do that? How am I going to get a better job? How am I going to find a loving relationship? How am I ever going to lose these last 20 pounds? Whatever it is. But I truly believe that you can accomplish whatever you want in your life as long as you stay out of your own way. Because again, we are our own worst bully. So it's time. And this is the beginning. This is where you get to start in the new mindset of intentionally doing different things, little things throughout your day. that are going to improve the quality of your life. And yeah, you can do this. And now there's a whole community of people that are there to support you. And the community is called Club 528. I will talk about that. Actually, yeah, I'll talk about that in the next episode. I hope I remember to do that. Yeah. I have a horrible memory. Actually, I like to say I have a terrific memory. It just doesn't last very long. So I do the best I can. And I'm going to make a note myself. Oh, you know what? Here, I'm going to do it right now. Club 528. And I'm circling that. And I'm going to talk about that in the next episode and kind of give you more information. In the meantime, though, if you want to go to my website, randyhaveson.com, that will give you more information on everything that I'm doing. And I'm here to help. You know, the main reason why I'm here is because I feel like I'm not done making a difference in the world, and I want to keep doing that. So this is one of the ways I'm doing it, and I hope you get something out of this. And I look forward to meeting you at some point in the future. I look forward to hearing from you. Feel free to shoot me an email, randy@randyhaveson.com. I'd love to hear from you on different things you want me to talk about. If there's someone you know, an author, a speaker, someone who's inspired you and you want me to bring them on the show and interview them, I would love to do that. Again, I want to give you what is going to be helpful to you. That's what it's all about. So thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care. Bye.